Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, as chair of ASEAN, is playing it safe by meeting both sides. But at some stage, ASEAN has to understand that Min Aung Hlaing is not just making a mockery of ASEAN. He is actively, his junta is actually actively undermining every principle and value that ASEAN officially stands for. And his actions, Min Aung Hlaing's actions, are a direct threat to the stability of the region. And having handshaking photo opportunities and empty dialogues is not going to help ASEAN or the people of Burma. It's just going to prolong the problem. So, you know, we are ASEAN-based human rights activists. We always think, you know, we always work for and in the hope that suddenly ASEAN will grow a spine and start actually acting according to principles, instead of sitting on your hands and saying it's complicated. Because in the end, it's ASEAN governments and ASEAN people who are feeling the most negative impact of what Min Aung Hlaing's junta is doing. To be quite honest, the 5-point consensus became irrelevant within the first year of its adoption by ASEAN. But, you know, ASEAN has a very weak ego. They're very fragile. Firstly, different human rights activists, including Kin Omar and myself, have engaged with officials, and we could see that they are so afraid of even having as a 5-point consensus 2.0. They said not even 1.5. They will not amend it. They will not change it. And when we were wondering, that's illogical. But then we realized the 5-point consensus was the only point in time that ASEAN governments were united. And if they would try to change it, the whole of ASEAN will be split, because ASEAN fundamentally is lacking in unity of values and principles. They all signed papers, but they didn't actually think about it. And also, the UN, the international community, was foolish enough to say, oh, we support ASEAN centrality and support ASEAN to implement the 5-point consensus. So ASEAN got it in their head, oh, we are being praised for the 5-point consensus, we can't throw it away. I think it's time, given the horrific developments since the quake, that the UN Security Council convened a session on Burma, Myanmar, as Tom Andrews, the UN Special Rapporteur, has called for.